You're always playing with your hair. We had kind of a rough day today. Why was it rough?
My back is not happy today. I don't know if it's a side effect of, like a cancer symptom, or if it's just some chiropractic need that I have that I haven't, got treatment for yet. I do have a chiropractor appointment coming up. Yeah, it's just this pain in my upper spine that doesn't matter if I'm lying down, sitting up, it's very painful, which sucks the energy out of me. So I've been sleeping for probably half the day today. I feel better now. Because of my biopsy yesterday, I can't take ibuprofen, so I took another, I don't know what it is, acetaminophen or something else that you're allowed to take, which takes the edge off, but it doesn't like knock it out like ibuprofen does. Just been kind of struggling through and doing what I can to be rested. I feel better now, but it's not fun having back pain on top of everything else that's going on. I'm feeling pretty good right now. I've had plenty of rest, sleeping a lot. We're gonna go for a drive. We're going to Florence. It's about 45 minutes away. We're just gonna go have dinner and get out of the house. I need some fresh air.
Fresh, hot, humid, muggy air.
Yes, hot, humid, muggy air. Yeah.
Let's go for a drive.
So we're gonna do that. It's funny doing my interview as I'm doing my Mr. Roger shoe routine. Mr. Rogering my shoes.
Well, we had a yummy dinner, and now we have ice cream. But it was hot, so we had to get back in the car.
We can eat dinner anytime. Ice cream is a priority.
We only ate a little bit of our dinner so that we could have room for ice cream. I had to switch from my camera because the battery was dead to my phone. Here we are, still in the car, but we drove to a park, which I think we'll probably take a walk around. I wanted to go over the timeline. Back in April, Kirk was feeling like he was having difficulty swallowing his food, and he had lost a bit of weight. To be fair, we had been kind of on a diet together where there was weight loss, and I think the combination of both what he didn't know and then the diet kind of contributed to his weight loss. But he was having even more symptoms as time went on. He decided to call his doctor. So his first appointment, I'm looking back at all my notes, was actually May 15th, which it kind of seems like a long time, but if you think about it, when you make an appointment, sometimes it's booked out and takes a long time. So it was just a kind of a longer waiting period to get into his doctor. He was told that it might be acid reflux at that time, and he didn't think so. So he asked again a couple weeks later, I think it was, to be referred to a GI doctor to get a scope put down, because by then it was definitely something, not just ooh, I'm having trouble here and there. It's I'm having trouble kind of all the time. The endoscopy was scheduled for June 15th, and we both went, and I knew kind of something wasn't quite right away when the doctor came back and said, I have an appointment scheduled for the 19th. Now, it was a Thursday, and the 19th was a Monday, and he had us scheduled for 10 a.m. So I knew just by the look in his eye that he was going to tell us something. I had a feeling it might be something kind of scarier. So we went in on that Monday and had the appointment where they told us that Kirk had cancer in the esophagus. That was the same day that I was scheduled to leave for Washington State. I got on a plane with that news, and that was tough, but we were both still in very good spirits, very positive, knowing that, all right, what's next? Rather than doom and gloom. So while I was in Washington and he was here, he had to continue on with his care. So everything that I found out was either because he called me and told me, or because I listened in on a conversation between him and the doctor. The next scheduled appointment was June 26th, and that was a CT scan. He got the results on July 6th. That's where we found out that it was not just in his esophagus, but it was also in a lymph node and in his liver. And then just a couple days later, on July 10th, he got a PET scan. And I actually don't know that I heard what the results of the PET scan were.
Yeah, the results of the PET scan really weren't any different other than how much activity there was noted in the liver, because that was really kind of the main thing, is to see where, not just physically because of the masses, but on a much smaller level, how far had everything reached. And so yeah, really all the doctor said is that your liver lit up as though it's got cancer in it. And so I think they just wanted that as an additional confirmation, and then to see if it had spread really anywhere else that a CAT scan wouldn't pick up. So that's really
a CT scan. Yeah, okay. So then yesterday we had the liver biopsy. Both the liver and the esophagus tissues both are going through genetic screening, mostly so that we know, first of all, where it started, and then second of all, to what degree do we attack the cancer when we go through chemo. They're going to give him chemo and immunotherapy, and both of those, they want to know genetically what they're dealing with so that they can chemically kill it. On the 25th, we have a chemo port being put in, and I think it's going to be in his chest. And then we have another appointment, so that is a Tuesday, and on the Thursday we have another, like a cancer class or a chemo class, something like that.
We'll be scheduling all the dates for treatment after that, or on that date.
Yeah, and then we have a follow-up appointment with our doctor on August 7th. And so that's where we're at. Nothing new, but that is the timeline. The other thing we did talk about, Kirk and I talked about, was kind of the when and maybe what were signs beforehand. He was feeling pretty fatigued back in December, and he actually went in and had blood work done, and all his blood work came back normal. So I think that ended up being, for Kirk, kind of a shock when he got cancer results in June, because his blood work 6 months prior was fine. And actually, your blood work still looks really good.
Yeah, I had went in because I thought, because I was working out at the gym pretty regular, and I was just having these kind of weird energy swings. Like I was like in a funk. I was like, oh man, I've got to like psych myself up to do this, rather than just kind of that natural energy that you have when everything's working. So I'm like, okay, do I have low testosterone levels? Am I one of those like low T guys? Am I a candidate for hormone therapy? So I had my doctor specifically test those, and he's like, no, you're good. All your levels are great. You should be no problem. So I took that to heart, and also mentally, and I just kind of shut out any fatigue or any tiredness as, oh, I'm just having a bad day or whatever, and just push through it. So I'm really good at pushing through things until it comes to a point where like there's probably something more that I hadn't anticipated.
And I think now some of the symptoms that he's having are the difficulty swallowing, which is leading to pain in his back, and that's what kind of kicked him in the butt today. I have noticed it feels like it's more frequent, and it's pretty consistent as far as where before it was just maybe if he ate, then he would get a pain in his back, and then that would turn into a headache, and then he'd get tired, and so he'd have to lay down. Now it seems like that's happening more and more. So we're looking forward to treatments as hopefully a relief of some of these symptoms, and hopefully a shrinkage of, especially in his esophagus, because swallowing is really difficult. And Kirk once described it to me, and he can expand on it a little bit more, but he described it as when you eat those big potato wedges from the deli at the grocery store, and you eat them too fast and they kind of get stuck right there. That's what it feels like. So is that still kind of what it feels like?
Yeah, multiply by 5 or 10 depending on
the situation.
So he's eating a lot of liquids. So we got a juicer, so he's juicing a lot of things, a lot of soups, clear liquids. I'm trying to get as much protein in those things. Smoothies, as long as they're thin, not thick smoothies and things like that. So I'm trying to keep his energy up, but he has continued to lose weight. He's making me jealous.
I've leveled off the last 4 days, so I'm maintaining right now. So
Yeah.
if I can keep where I'm at now, that'll be good. I lost 5 pounds between the time I had my endoscopy to now, and that's about a month. So as long as I don't drop below that, but I had dropped 14 pounds before that.
Yeah.
So 29 pounds is more than
Way more, because
than what I have to lose.
if you know Kirk, you know he's already a really fit person. He's not like, he didn't really have any extra to lose. So we've caught you up to date on where we are and what's been happening with our doctor's visits. We're still up moving and around and doing stuff and taking each day, day by day, moment by moment.
Our church leadership is going to pray for us tomorrow before church starts. So that's going to be pretty cool. Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Again, we've had tons of support and from friends and family in church, and
Yeah, we've
so much appreciate that.
we've really felt loved and cared for. So we just thank you. If you have said you're praying for us, if you are praying for us, thank you, because we feel it. We covet your prayers. We just really appreciate all the love and support that we've been getting. We are going to continue tooling. We're going to go maybe find another park to walk around and just enjoy the rest of this day. We want to say thank you. Thank you for praying with us. Thank you for being our support. And we hope you guys have a fantastic day. See ya. I don't know. I can hear something.
Just that when you press play, you're going to hear this loud cacophony, if you will, in the background.
It's a cicada cacophony.